Title: Not Cinderella's Type, a modern fairy tale with a twist. Intro. Forget glass slippers and fairy godmothers. This is not Cinderella's type. A story where our Cinderella isn't waiting for a prince, but for a chance to take control of her own life. A modern and emotional take on the classic fairy tale, this 2018 movie gives us a protagonist who's strong, independent, and learning to define her own worth. Meet Indy Zimmerman. Indy is a high school girl who has never had an easy life. After losing her parents in an accident, she was taken in by her aunt and uncle. But instead of love and care, she gets treated like an outsider. Her aunt is strict, controlling, and constantly makes her feel like she's a burden. Her two cousins, Clarice and Kenna, aren't much better. They look down on her and treat her more like a maid than family. Despite all of this, Indy has managed to keep her head up. She has one true source of comfort, her pet cat. But everything changes one morning when tragedy strikes. The accident that changes everything. On her way to school, Indy's beloved cat runs into the street and is hit by a car. The driver? Bryant Bailey, one of the most popular guys at school. Indy is devastated and furious, but Bryant, instead of brushing it off, actually feels terrible. He offers to take her to the vet, apologizes sincerely, and even tries to check on her afterward. At first, Indy has no interest in talking to him. She sees him as just another careless, privileged guy who doesn't understand her struggles. But Bryant is persistent. He wants to make things right, and little by little, he starts breaking down Indy's walls. A new friendship begins. Bryant begins driving Indy to school, something that her strict aunt doesn't approve of. She has always controlled Indy's life, making her feel like she should be grateful for even the smallest things. But Bryant sees Indy for who she really is, kind, strong, and deserving of love. He starts encouraging her to stand up for herself, and for the first time, Indy starts questioning the way she's been treated at home. Meanwhile, Indy has always thought that someone like Maxton, her longtime friend, would be the perfect match for her. He's reliable, safe, and her aunt approves of him. But Bryant is different. He challenges her, makes her feel seen, and never lets her think of herself as less than she is. Conflict at home and school. Indy's growing connection with Bryant doesn't go unnoticed. Her aunt starts tightening her grip, making her feel guilty for even spending time with him. Her cousins mock her, acting like she doesn't deserve attention from someone like Bryant. At school, things become complicated. Indy is still unsure about her feelings, torn between what she's been told is right and what actually makes her happy. Maxton represents security, but Bryant represents something deeper: self-worth, real care, and a future where Indy can choose her own path. The breaking point. As Indy grows closer to Bryant, the truth about her home life starts coming out. She realizes that her aunt's treatment of her isn't just strict, it's emotional abuse. She's been made to feel small for so long that she never truly believed she deserved better. Bryant, however, refuses to let her keep thinking that way. He pushes her to see her value and helps her realize that love, real love, is about respect, kindness, and freedom. The decision: choosing herself. In a powerful moment of self-realization, Indy finally stands up for herself. She decides she won't let anyone else control her life anymore. Not her aunt, not society's expectations, and not even the idea of who she should be with. She chooses her own happiness. And as for Bryant, he's there, not as a prince sweeping her off her feet, but as a partner who believes in her. Ending and message. In the end, Not Cinderella's Type isn't just a love story. It's about self-discovery, knowing your worth, and breaking free from the roles others try to force on you. It's a modern fairy tale with heart, emotion, and a powerful message. You don't need a prince to save you. You just need to believe you deserve.